Welcome to the 4-week session of World Literature Online. This video is just a quick little overview to kind of help you understand the way that the class is going to be set up. When you log in, one of the first things that I want you to do is to read very carefully through the home page that is listed for you here on the screen. You'll notice that there is a link to the syllabus that you can print out and read through. This class is going to actually use a 2-volume textbook, and there will be a novel for purchase in the bookstore. There is no ebook for the class, so you'll have to purchase these books from our bookstore here on campus. There will be 2 proctored exams given in this course, and the dates are listed for you here. You'll have to register for the proctored exams by clicking on this button here and following the directions for registering for the exams. It is important that you register for these exams within the first 2 days of class. Set these up immediately so that you will be able to have the date set for when you're going to take these exams. The exams have to be taken within the time limits given here because I do not give any exams late. I want to point out to you here the color coding scheme that I'm going to use throughout the course of the semester. You'll be able to follow along here by seeing anything that is highlighted in the modules in yellow, red, pink, or blue, and this explains the significance of each of the coloring schemes that are listed here. Whenever you email me, I want you to use Canvas Inbox in order to do this. Do not send anything to me through JCJC Gmail. I only want it through the inbox so that I'll be able to see specifically which class you're in whenever you send a message. We will have 3 attendance checks per week in this course. On the first 2 attendance checks, you'll receive a probation letter telling you that you have missed twice. On the 3rd, you will be dropped from the class. Since this class only meets 4 weeks, you can be dropped at the end of the first week because all of our attendance checks are going to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This right here tells you that once an assignment has been graded, it can't be resubmitted for a higher grade. Once you turn something in, you need to be aware that it will be graded very quickly so that there can be a turnaround on the grade and you can see what your grade is. There is a list down here at the bottom of each one of the assignments for the course, and of course you can click on any of these right here and go directly to the assignment, or you can click on the link inside the modules in order to be able to get to the assignment quickly. As I explain here that the course does work by using modules which have specified due dates, so I want to kind of address the modules and the way that you'll access them. You'll find the modules by clicking over here on the side where it says, of course, modules, and you'll see that I've gone through and I've divided everything up into individual modules based upon Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday of each one of the weeks. The dates are given for you at the top of the module so that whenever you click on this first module, you'll be able to see specifically what you're going to have due on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of each week. You'll notice here that I have each one of the things highlighted according to the color coding scheme that was on the first page that I asked you to look through. You'll see that the attendance checks are given for you here on each one of the days that we're going to have an attendance check, and you'll see that the links are highlighted in yellow, due dates are highlighted in blue, and you'll follow that same scheme and pattern that we had established on the first page. In addition to the 2 proctored exams, there will be quizzes that you'll have to take throughout the course of the semester also. All of the reading quizzes are open from the very beginning of class. From the start of class, the quizzes are open, and each one of them will have a specific due date. You'll be able to see the due date for the quizzes by clicking on the home page, and you'll see that the due dates are given for you here. And whenever you get into the modules themselves and you move through each one of the modules after you finish Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you'll be able to go to Module 2, for instance, and you'll see that there is a link here to the quiz. Once you finish reading Oedipus, you'll take the Oedipus quiz. You'll have 10 minutes to take each one of the quizzes, and I'm going to allow you to take each quiz twice. Canvas will take your highest average on the quizzes. Whichever one you make the highest score on will be the one that Canvas actually keeps. The due dates for the quizzes are given here, and the times are given, and you can also see those on the home page if you scroll down to the bottom. But the quizzes have to be taken by this time. They won't be opened up or extended or anything of that nature. I also want to point out to you that by the time you get ready to take the midterm or to take one of the tests. In each one of these modules, of course, I provided you with all the handouts and notes and information of what it is that you need to be aware of. But when it comes time to take the midterm and the final, I'm going to have a review sheet for you for each one of those. And then there's also going to be a discussion board that you can use to actually discuss the questions on the review sheet. If you kind of run into any problems and you can't find anything or find any answers, you'll be able to discuss amongst each other to try to see if another person has found it by using the midterm review discussion board. It is very important in this class, probably more than any other class that you'll take, to stay ahead. Everything is open from the very beginning, but I put here that you need to try to work ahead as much as possible. Starting with day 1, you can work through everything that is given to you in the mini session course and be finished with it as quickly as possible. The only two things that you are limited by are going to be the dates for the midterm and the final. These are proctored exams, so they have to be taken at a proctor center, which means that you're going to have to actually set up a date and time to come on campus in order to take these exams, but everything else is open from the very beginning. It is important, as I put here, and I want to emphasize this, that you work ahead as much as possible through these modules. I would recommend with each one of the modules simply taking the module and opening up a Word document, copying and pasting the module into a Word document, and then you can go through and just simply highlight as you finish. Anything that you're done, you can just mark off so that you'll know that you're actually finished with that information for that module. However it is that you want to keep up with it, that's perfectly fine. But everything that is given for you here is available from day 1. You'll be able to work ahead as much as you possibly can, but you need to be sure that you adhere to the due dates and times that are given in each one of the modules. If you have any questions, as I said, you'll be able to message me using Canvas inbox, and I'll be happy to answer any of the questions that you have.